Hayden Hurst finished as tight end 38 last year, 26 receptions, 31 targets, 221 yards, 3 touchdowns, 5.59% target share. Thoughts on Hayden Hurst?
Hayden Hurst is still extremely talented. He was a first round draft pick. He goes to a situation where he's not he's not behind anybody on the tight end depth chart, right? Like he's not fighting against Mark Andrews, he's not fighting against a Kyle Pitts. So he's able to kind of be a standalone guy. That being said, tight end 15, right? Like I think he's a guy that you're drafting late for tight end. He's not a plug and play guy, but I do think he serves value. We saw what CJ Uzama was able to do last year. Not week in, week out production, but there were definitely flashes where he had a couple really good weeks where he stood out. So I'm drafting Hurst in dynasty leagues late as kind of a tight end fill in to kind of help round out that room. I'm keeping an eye on him in redraft leagues. Like, I think in most cases, he's going to get drafted because unless you're playing with experts, most people take 2 tight ends in redraft leagues. They feel like they have to have that security blanket. Um, so he is going to get drafted in that sense. But most of the time they're going to end up dropping him because they're going to want to fill that spot with something else later on. So he's a guy that I'm keeping an eye on. I'm flagging if I'm okay with playing the tight end shuffle and I'm waiting super late on tight ends. I'll grab Hurst as one of the guys that I'm shuffling between, right? I will wait on tight end if I need to and shuffle between Evan Ingram and Hayden Hurst.
Hayden Hurst coming off the board at tight end 25 right now, 216 overall. So in most cases, he's going to go undrafted in many of those leagues, but he's a guy that I'm absolutely keeping an eye on, especially if I'm streaming tight end, because I do think that he can have a couple of weeks here and there. And I think that you'll be able to see some of those things coming there. But I do like him as a late tight end option. I do like him as a streaming type of option. I do not necessarily like that as trying to put him as a weekly starter there. And so that's a guy that's, I think will absolutely return value for you. I just don't think that it'll necessarily happen, quick, fast, in a hurry or be overly consistent.